Back in high school, we had a school drill because somebody did an explosive diarrhea into a classroom trash can, which somehow set off the fire alarm and caused 6 fire trucks and 24 firemen to burst through the classroom and throw us all out the window, where we fractured our legs and pissed our pants, which in turn set off another fire alarm. And yes, school drills are necessary when actual dangerous scenarios happen, but most of the time they seem to be massive overreactions to the tiniest things that occur at school. School drills by Degenerosity.
On Earth, we face a multitude of natural enemies. We have the wild animals.
Oh my god.
The natural disasters.
Oh my god.
The Fire Nation. And worse yet, Steve Kerr's son.
Oh my god. Okay, I was about to okay, what is his son's name? Steve Kerr has a son called Nick. Bro, what is his teacher meant to say when calling out like the names in the roll call? Like, is he meant to just commit to it? It's just like reading that bird, To Kill a Mockingbird. Doesn't the author of To Kill a Mockingbird literally drop the N-word in the middle of the book? Or maybe it's 12 Angry Men. I can't remember which book it is. But anyways, bro, he was saying there are evils in this world, many evils in this world, and I was going to say P. Diddy, but bro, that would have been horrible timing if I said P. Diddy over here.
And throughout our lives, we are preparing ourselves if we ever suddenly find ourselves in a situation where we come across these obstacles. Normally in the grown-up world, we'll just shoot and ask questions later if we account to these problems. And sometimes, half the time, it works every time. However, there are some occasions that humanity's natural enemies might come for us at school. And in case of those situations, we have school practice drills. Now, is that really why we have school drills? No, I just have a phobia of Steve Kerr's son.
Bro, what is it about Steve Kerr's son and you? Why are you obsessed with his son's name? Bro, I can't even fathom how one would name their son Nick if their last name was Kerr. How do you not see this?
Like, this has got to be one of the, like, top 3 worst names of all time.
And he's white as well, and so it's not like, actually, technically, maybe he does have the pass if this is literally his name. But anyways, it's always kind of sad that, like, schools have, like, mandatory safety drills. When I think about, like, school drills and stuff, I usually think about, like, you know, if there's, like, a fire or, like, there's, like, an intruder. But I think in America, like, the main reason, and pretty much the only reason why they have school safety drills is in case there is, like, you know, a shooter in the school. But that's kind of insane, because imagine being a parent in the United States of America, and every day you send your son to school. It's sort of like a gamble. You don't know whether you're going to be, like, picking him up, but, like, at the end of the day. Like, you could pick him up in your car, drive him home, or you could pick up his dead body after he's just been brutally shot by some shooter.
American schools are known for a lot of things. None of them are good things, but they are certainly things. And I remember in school, we used to have surprise emergency practice drills. You know, stuff like the fire alarm piercing our ears at 8:30 in the morning while we're still half asleep. And for me, these drills never made sense, because each drill, they'd want us to act in a calm and organized fashion. Even in a situation when it's not a drill and it's the real thing, they expect students to just walk out calm. That's just not reality.
Yeah, bro, if there's a fire in the building, low-key, I don't care if anybody's telling me to calm down. I'm sprinting out of there. Why do you want me to walk out of there when I could just sprint? I swear asking us to walk out of there will result in more casualties compared to people running. But actually, at the same time, if people run, then they're more prone to, like, tripping and falling. And then what if, like, all the stairs get blocked by, like, bodies, like, just tripped over on the stairs? Maybe it's like the tortoise and the hare, slow and steady wins the race. But, bruh, me personally, I'm jumping out the window and just yeeting myself out of there.
In a real fire drill, nobody gonna walk in a single filed line out the door. Everyone is gonna be running and sprinting out of there, shoving everything and everyone out their way. That's what's really gonna happen. Nobody's gonna be calm and collective. Everybody's gonna be running out of there because they don't want to burn to death. Now, this also might not be the safest way to do it, because in a perfect world, we're all running as fast as possible, but we're all running in sync. You know, nobody getting trampled or injured, no casualties. We'll all get out of there spick and span. The problem is that doesn't exist, and we have some slow ass people holding us up from us trying not to be burned alive.
Bro, imagine being a part of a school drill. Like, your school is, like, burning down and there's a shooter in there and there's a diddler, like a serial 5-time grandmaster diddler. Like, he's just prowling around the school and you're just, like, concerned about being nonchalant trying to, like, evacuate. I bet this is some sort of, like, thing that happens in real life. Like, people don't want to give off, like, the ick. Like, they think it's an ick, people, like, running during school drills, and so they just try to be nonchalant. Meanwhile, they're, like, you know, burning to death and getting brutally diddled.
And we have some slow ass people holding us up from us trying not to be burned alive.
So nonchalant.
Fast students trying to run away and the slow students holding them up. But I don't want the slow students to get injured, you know. We're all human after all.
Bro, natural
I'm trying
selection.
to get everybody out of there as safe and fast as possible.
But the same time, natural selection is natural selection. And so me personally, they've got to go, blood. They have got to go. If somebody's slow and holding me back, like maybe I'll do Earth a favor, like the human genetics, the human race, the human species. Why don't we just yeet them into the fire so that their genes, their lineage gets discontinued? And so therefore, there will be 0.1% less slow genes in like the pool of circulation, like the human genes.
So I found a simple solution to that problem. During a real fire drill, all the slow people, you know who you are, stay back in the classroom and wait for everybody else to run out. Then after, when everybody's gone, then you can go. Hopefully, you didn't get burned alive during that time.
I mean, hopefully you did, because that's natural selection. We want less of those slow genes in circulation just in case I happen to frick a woman who has those genes, and then my children become really slow. And also, just to clarify, I just realized that like this could be taken out of context. By woman, I mean like an actual woman. I don't literally mean a school kid from like a school drill video. Jesus Christ, bro! The fact that I have to clear. Okay.
Simple problems require simple solutions. This might sound inhumane, but I swear,
my God,
this is
reverse
the best
racism
option for everybody. I speak for the people when I say this. We don't want slow walking 2 kilometers an hour while we're trying to sprint out a burning building. We will push you out the way and run you over. No joke. There's literally no time to waste. You walking around slow is gonna kill the both of us. And not gonna lie, I'd rather you die than me.
Exactly.
So get the hell out the way! Leaving them behind in the classroom is the best option. That's how fire drills at school should be done. Not this single file line stuff. They will be safe, I promise you. We will leave them with a water bottle just in case.
Imagine some random guy trying to defend himself from a fire that's engulfing them with a tiny little water bottle. Like, what are you gonna do? You gonna spray it? You're gonna put it in your mouth and go. Like, is that gonna put out the fire, bro? That is not putting out any fire. In fact, that would probably extend the slow burn. It would actually make you feel more pain. You'd probably die slower if you tried to put it out with a small water bottle. So you may as well just not use the water bottle in the first place.
But you know what's worse than how schools do fire drills? How schools do lockdown drills. I don't know if they do this in other countries, because y'all don't really gotta worry about this happening like us Americans do.
Yeah.
But lockdown drills are basically drills preparing us for just in case a dude come in school trying to play real life Call of Duty.
Oh my God. Okay, so wait, that's an actual thing. So it's the school drills aren't for the shooters, it's the lockdown drills. And you were saying, bro, I don't know if you have this in the other countries. I mean, I think that's how I don't think other countries do have that. Me personally, when I was in high school and primary school, I don't think we have ever done a single lockdown drill in my entire schooling career. It's kind of sad how like this only exists in America.
And during these practice drills, they had us turn off the lights in the classroom, lock the door, and had us all hide in the same corner of the room, staying quiet. And when I say quiet, I mean quietly talking. People like to talk.
Oh my God,
and
it's an actual thing?
That's basically what we have to do during lockdown drills.
That's an actual drill?
Do you see why this is dumb? We're supposed to do this if the Joker comes in the building. Every student in the classroom is basically in one place, just hoping that he doesn't come in. This don't leave students safe. This leaves students vulnerable.
Exactly. Like, you've basically done half his job for him. Like, you've just rounded yourself up and just sat in one corner. So now he doesn't have to have like crazy spray transfer skills. He can just all aim in the same space. He can just go. Like, wouldn't it be better if you guys were scattered and hidden all around the school, like hide and seek, as opposed to being all grouped up in the same classroom? And also, what good is turning the lights off gonna do? Can't the guy just burst into the room and just flick the light switch to turn it on, and then he can finally see you? Or he can just grab his phone and just use it as a torch. But I guess technically that just makes it a little bit harder for him to shoot people.
Just because you turn off the lights and lock the door doesn't mean he thinks nobody's in there. He was in there with us doing the practice drills.
Oh my.
He knows what's up. And me personally, I'm not sitting there waiting to die. Soon as I hear a for real lockdown drill and I start hearing, I'ma grab the nearest chair and bust the window open, then jumping out, then running as fast as humanly possible. What you think I'm gonna do? Just sit there and play hide and seek with him?
Yeah, I think statistically and probabilistically, I'm pretty sure you might for legal reasons, might allegedly have a better chance at surviving if you just jump out the window and run away. Because the shooter has probably done those school drills with you. He knows exactly, bro. He probably only does this after learning the exact school drills and school system. And so therefore he knows where his target is going to be, what classroom, and like where the most amount of people are going to be. So in case he wants to increase his kill counts. And so therefore, like the only way to survive if he knows your exact like plans is to do something completely opposite to it. And so therefore, the complete opposite would be to not hide in the classroom and would be to just run away or like on the football field or something.
No! But there's complications to this too. What if the classroom don't have any windows? Or you're in a classroom in the basement?
Then it's GG.
Well, sorry to say this,
GG.
you might be screwed, and I'm not gonna hold you. Really, the best thing I can recommend in that situation is running zigzags, bro. Running zigzags. He's gonna miss. However, I have a plan for how lockdown drills should be done. Now, we can't have everybody running outside the classroom where the is at. That's just not smart. So we gotta have an escape plan with 0 casualties.
0?
Here's the plan. On the loudspeaker on a normal day at school, the announcer will be talking about a special assembly, saying, "Good morning, students. May I please have all the Ethans, Connors, Zachs, Hunters, really all white boys that are wearing DC shoes, please head to the auditorium for a special assembly."
And then what is going to happen? The principal is going to pull out a gun and individually execute them and end their bloodlines. Is that the strat? Is it like prevention is better than cure? Is this like the stereotypes for like the shooters? The name is Ethan, Connor, and then whatever the names are, and they all wear these shoes. But imagine if there was an actual way to be able to tell if somebody was going to end up being a shooter. Like if you could tell that somebody was going to end up being a shooter, but he wasn't a shooter yet. Is it right to like just end them, like just like terminate them, eliminate them? That's like a moral dilemma. That's like I think there's an anime about that dilemma. There's like there's people who they know are going to become criminals, and they have the choice to either kill them or just keep them alive and just wait for the crime to happen.
There will be complimentary Monster energy drinks, mayonnaise, and Christian Bale and Ben Sharpio will be special guest speakers. Head there as soon as possible. Thank you. As soon as they hear that announcement, they're gonna be running out that door like animals. They're gonna get there as soon as possible. You had them at mayonnaise, bro.
Oh my God.
You had them at mayonnaise. We do this to get rid of all
mayonnaise?
the quiet kids, because one of them gotta be it, bro. One of them, bro. And the special guests don't actually have to show up. It's just a front so we can actually talk about the real plan with the students. Okay, so the plan is this. We all jumping out the window, not hiding in the classroom. We all leaving. After that, outside of every classroom is a secret passageway. And this secret passageway is gonna look like a big wardrobe closet. Looks normal, right? It's supposed to be misleading. Because it really leads to a secret basement under the school that only we know about. And in that basement, there will be bulletproof armor for all the students and weapons.
What is that armor over here? This is really bulletproof, bro. If I was a school shooter, hypothetically, all I'd have to do is just shoot you in here. This is like the biggest target. But also, wait. What is this third like tuba doing down here? Why do you need a third tuba? What are you protecting inside this tuba? But anyways, I don't really understand this plan. So but before any like shooting happens, you're gonna call all of the potential like stereotype shooters to like a different room, and then everyone escapes into the underground area that only the like non-stereotypical shooters can go to. But like they haven't even done anything yet. Like they haven't like even like started like the shooting or like the lockdown yet, have they?
Safest place for these students to be, and bam, it's that easy. I just made a drill that's infinitely better than what students do now. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're wrong because the shooting hasn't even initiated. Like, how do we even know that Ethan and Connor are going to like, start a shooting? We could have got the wrong guy. This could have been the catalyst for them becoming a shooter. Because they got excluded from all like the lockdown school shooting drills, they realized that they weren't welcome here at the school, and so they wanted to just take revenge on the school. This isn't a drill. This is just like a boot camp for how to create a shooter out of nothing. These guys never thought of shooting beforehand. They didn't even own a gun beforehand, but now you've caused them to want to become a shooter.
After we done going over the real drill, we call all the quiet kid students back from the assembly. Then they arrive at class. Then we're gonna go over the fake practice drill, which is the real practice drill that people go over today. I just solved American school's biggest problem in like a few minutes.
Yeah, okay, now that makes sense. So basically, they're telling everyone, they're educating everyone about like the real drill, but then they're telling the shooters, the potential shooters, about the fake drill, so that they don't know what the actual drill is. So therefore, the non-stereotypical shooters can always stay 2 steps ahead, like the avocado guy, the overweight guy. What's his name again?
And now a common question might be, well, where are we gonna get the money for weapons of mass destruction and body armor for all the students?
The government.
And I'm glad you asked that question. And here's my answer.
The RUGS?
I don't know. There are also tornado drills. I didn't really do this in school because there's really no tornadoes where I live. But the few times we did it, I didn't really understand it as a kid.
There are like no tornadoes in Australia, so I've never experienced this. I don't think I'll be able to relate to this. A tornado drill? When was the last tornado in Australia? Wait, let me just search it up. In 1994, 1995, 1996, there was a tornado. Actually, wait, Australia has up to 80 tornadoes a year, but many go unseen. Oh, okay. So, I definitely haven't seen any.
We'd have to go in the hallways and go on the walls and duck, and I thought, what is the tornado gonna do? Jump over us if we all duck it on the wall?
Yeah, why are you ducking? So this is what you have to do during a tornado drill? You're gonna be ducking like this. So if you're standing up, the tornado is gonna hit you in the head and behead you or like knock you over? Isn't this what you do for like an earthquake drill? Like, I'd understand if this was an earthquake, but for a tornado, it sort of looks like you're doing an earthquake drill, but this would be one of the worst earthquake drills because you're right underneath the cabinets. What if the locker cabinets just fall onto you because of like the shaking or whatever? What benefit are you gonna receive from like doing this? I don't really understand. Wait, why is the teacher standing up as well? So the teacher is the only one that's gonna get beheaded by the tornado. Maybe she just hates her job. She just wants to like to end it all.
What is this? Now that I'm older, I can understand if you don't got a basement, this is probably the best option to protect yourself from a tornado. What else can you really do? Run? You're gonna try to run away from it and you're gonna end up in the land of the Wizard of Oz. But school tornado practice drills is overall done right. Congratulations, you've done one thing right.
Really? I mean, I still don't understand the logic behind this. Like, you're very close to like the lockers. You're just gonna get like to like top over you and just you're gonna like be flattened. Wouldn't it be better to just like, I don't know, just do nothing? Like maybe stay away from windows in case like bricks get like sent through the window and hit you. Maybe they choose the hallway purely because like there are no windows in the hallway. Maybe that makes sense. Okay, you know what? Maybe this makes sense.
Man, I should become a principal and run a school. Based on my ideas on how to run school drills, my school about to be the safest school in America. Unlike these other schools teaching fake fundamentals of safety, my school is gonna teach the real fundamentals of life and safety.
How to do the bat wing with your nutsack.
Degen Ohio Tech, grades K to 12. I'ma open that school and have the Credibles and Baki's dad as security. This is gonna be the safest school ever.
Bro, but what sort of education is going on at this school? Like, did this guy just say how to do the Batwing tech with your nutsack? What even is the Batwing? Bro, the Batwing, like bat wings, oh my god, I think I understand. So basically, bat wings are like very, very, very thin. Like, you can see the skin on like the wing is very thin. And I'm pretty sure you can do the same thing with your nutsack. Like, if you stretch the sack like really far, it can sort of look like this Batwing. And so I can sort of assume what the Batwing is. I don't know whether we should elaborate. I don't even know whether we should watch the original video over this. My math teacher once said that he gave us permission to use anything in the room to use against the shooter. Bro, I don't think that, like, that advice, that permission is not gonna help you at all. What do you think you're gonna do? Bro, the guy is literally a shooter because he has a gun. If he didn't have a gun, he wouldn't be called a shooter. He'd just be called an intruder. And so therefore, what could you possibly have inside your classroom that could beat a gun? What are you gonna do?
You're gonna throw a chair at him? You're gonna run into the bathroom, grab a porcelain urinal and throw it at him?
Yeah, skibbity toilet, skibbity toilet.
Oh my!